Hello. I get asked a lot of questions, and one of them that seems to be pretty frequent is, when do I change colors? Do I change colors on a purl row, a knit row? What do I do if I'm purling one, knitting one, purling one, knitting one? How do I change colors then? How do I avoid dashes on the front of my project? So I did a little sample piece here, and let me see if I can explain it a little bit and help you out. First of all, the most easiest is EREP. If you're just EREPing an Afghan, no borders, you're just EREPing an Afghan, a scarf, or whatever. But all you're doing is EREPing, it's easy. You just EREP, change your colors, continue EREPing with the new color, and your dashes will all be on the back. However, if you're doing this with a border, say you're EREPing the middle of your blanket, and you're garter stitching the sides, like I did here on this one. When you come back and let's say your border is pearls. When these last four are pearls, that's when you change. You'll change your color, and with your new color, you'll start a full knit row, including your border. Knit the whole way across. If you're just EREPing with borders, it would be just knit the whole way across. Let's say you want to put a design of pearls in your project, like say a hat, a scarf. You want it to be have these nice pearl ridges in your scarf or your blanket. That's fine. Change after your purl. So when you purl back, I always purl this way and knit this way. So if you see me explaining like that, that'll make sense. After your purl row that you want to change colors, change your color, but do one full row of knit. So if you want to do one full row of knit of green and then immediately go back to pearls, that's fine. You'll have your ridge of green pearls. But you can't purl white and then purl green, or your dashes will be, these dashes will be on the front of the project. So you just can't do that. Let's say you're doing a repeat, like a hurdle stitch, double moss stitch, anything that has a repeat. You'll do your repeats up. But if, let's say, this is how your repeat is. Let's say row 1 is knit, 2 purl, then knit 1, purl 1, purl 1, knit 1. You always, in this case, you always want to stop after 4. After you finish 4, change your color and do your number 1 row with the full color. The full knit row with the color, the new color. So that's what I did here. After row 4 of my repeat, I changed to white and did one full row, the first row of knit. Now I didn't continue to do this pattern here. I just did a couple rows so that I could just show you. But if you do this kind of a stitch and you change to your color on an all knit row, your dashes will be on the back and you will have a nice seamless change. Now in this case here, I wanted to show you the wrong way to do it. Say you're EREPing along and you want to change color, but you're going to do a purl row. If you do a knit row, then change your color and do a purl row, these dashes are now on the front. They're not on the back. It's a nice seamless change on the back. You don't want that. You want that nice seamless change on the front. So do not do a purl row, then change your color and do a knit row. Here's the same thing. I did the purl row or a knit row back, and I changed color, and with orange I did a purl row. Again, the dashes are on the front, not on the back. Always do it on a full knit row, if possible anyway, so you don't get those dashes on the front. Here I was doing a rib stitching, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So I changed to green and continued my rib stitching, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. But as you can see, you'll get white dashes on the front and little green dashes on the back. So you don't really want to do that. You can break up your pattern in some way so that won't happen. This doesn't mean it's not wrong. If you want to do your whole blanket or something in a rib stitch and you want to change colors, there's nothing wrong with this. It may not look pleasing to everyone, but if you don't mind it, that's perfectly fine. You do whatever you want to do. Here's an example of a blanket I'm currently working on where I did the hurdle stitch, then I did the double moss. And I wanted to put this garter stitch in as a way of going from one color to another to kind of make it right. Like this last row of this particular one was purl one, knit one. So then I changed color to the dark teal and did one full row of knits. And I got no dashes. The dashes, again, are on the back. Then I did the garter stitch, knit, purl, knit, purl. So then I changed color and did one full row of knit in the gold. Now I wanted to start my design on this side, so actually I did 2 rows. I went over with knit and then came back with knit. And then I started my double moss stitch. So it's a seamless change, and there's no, there's no dashes on the front. All the dashes are on the back. And they don't look bad. You just don't want them on the front if you can avoid it. So sometimes you may need to adjust your pattern in order for it to come out with no dashes. The biggest takeaway here is always change your color on a full knit row. That's about it. Good luck and have fun looming. Thank you. Bye.